Hey guys, today's video is all about how you do not need any supplements to lose weight. Now supplements, obviously it's a big deal in the fitness industry. On YouTube everyone's selling supplements, even people that said oh I'll never sell supplements started selling supplements. There's a lot of money in supplements, you can't blame them, and not all supplements are bad. Most of them, are good, but they're not necessary for weight loss, and they can be very expensive. Now I'll start with my favourite sort of group of supplements, and that is fat burners. Now fat burners, typically they contain a lot of caffeine, they contain some sort of pepper, something hot. They contain substances that increase your heart rate, and that is how you burn the calories, by increasing your heart rate. That's it. A lot of stuff they contain, fancy words, sort of cool names, to market the product, and really they don't do that much, and they're certainly not proven to do that much. Now most fat burners, the effect they're going to have is going to be very, very small. It's a minimal effect on weight loss. We're talking less than 100 calories, 50 calories. It's a tiny effect, and some of these fat burners, they can cost like over $50, for a small amount. And if you want to take them every day throughout the month, it will cost you quite a bit of money, and it's a huge amount for a very small benefit. That's what I'm saying with fat burners. I'm not saying they don't work, they work, but is it worth the price? No, it's not worth the price at all. You could burn more than a fat burner going for a 15-minute walk, or just doing 10 minutes of decent cardio, and that'll more than make up for any sort of loss of a fat burner in your diet plan. You'll burn more calories with 10 minutes of cardio. Or weightlifting, because weightlifting has that effect, over hours, where you'll burn more calories. So don't worry about fat burners. Don't fall into the sort of, for me it's a bit of a gimmick, fat burners. I've tried them once, and I thought it was a complete waste of time and a waste of money. So don't think you need fat burners. It's not necessary. It'll have a very, very tiny effect on any weight loss. It's really a waste of time, so just don't do it. That's my advice to you. Obviously I can't tell you what to spend your money on. It's up to you. If you want to try a fat burner, you can see for yourself, but for me the effect is close to zero. Next supplement we'll talk about is creatine. Now creatine is a bit different from other sort of supplements that are on the market, because there is a lot of science to back up creatine, and its effect sort of on your sort of performance in the gym. So what creatine has a few sort of different effects. One effect it will have on you is it will make you retain water. So you'll retain a bit of water weight, and it will make you sort of look a bit larger, a bit more puffed up, the muscles, that kind of thing. The effect in the gym is sort of, in general, what you'll get out of it is about sort of a 10% increase in sort of overall performance. So if you could lift, let's say 100 kilos, you'll be able to lift 110. That's basically what it's doing. Now it's only a temporary effect. It's only while you're taking creatine. It just, it allows the muscles to be more effective, basically. Now you can look into the science of it, but the fact is that's what it does. It increases your performance in the gym, and it is relatively cheap. It's relatively cheap, and obviously the benefit you get out of that is if you can do more in the gym, you will burn more calories. If you can lift more weight, you will build muscle easier. Because you'll be increasing that weight there, that strain on the muscles. You'll be breaking down those muscle fibres, and they'll be regrowing bigger. So it just allows you to do more exercise, basically. A tiny amount more. Well, it's not a tiny amount, 10%. It's worth it, but for me, I don't take creatine. I may start taking it again in the future, but it's not necessary. You don't need it. it won't have a drastic effect on weight loss. It's probably have more effect if you're trying to build muscle, but that's completely different to, you know, being on a diet. Because obviously to build muscle you need to be in an excess of calories, not a huge excess, but you know, around 300 calorie surplus. So for building muscle, I would say, you know, if you've got a bit of spare money, you know, take some creatine, see if you feel the effect, if you think it works for you, and you know, if it does, then go ahead with it. But as far as dieting is concerned, the effect won't be huge, and it certainly won't really make you lose any more weight. So for just a regular diet, for just someone trying to lose fat, I wouldn't really recommend it. It's not worth doing. But then it's up to each person, so you know, try it out. As far as I'm aware, there's no dangers really with creatine. It's safe, I believe. And there's a lot of clinical trials on it, so it's been proven its effectiveness. So it is something that works. It's not, you know, just a gimmick like fat burners. Now, going on to another thing here with supplements, whey protein. Now, whey protein is a little bit different to the other supplements because it's a bit more of a, you know, a food. But whey protein, if you don't know what it is, it's a byproduct of, you know, making milk, basically, whey. Well, that's what whey is, you know. So whey protein, there's loads of different types. Some of them have fat and carbs and protein, and some of them basically just all protein, you know, the whey protein isolate it's usually called. It depends what type you want. If you're on a diet, I would suggest the isolate. Basically, you just need to look on the bottle, and you just need to see that it's basically 99% protein. That's what I recommend, because obviously when you're watching your calories, you need to be aware, you know, of the calories in whey protein. You don't just want to take it because you think it's something healthy. Well, it does have calories, but one that's got, you know, just protein in it, that won't be many calories. You're talking about, you know, 100 or so per scoop. And obviously it will help you get to sort of your daily protein needs if you're doing a bit of weightlifting as well. So, you know, that can be good. If you're trying to build muscle, whey protein, I would recommend the one that has, like, you know, some fat, some carbs, some protein. Reason being is because in, a couple of days ago actually, I was reading a study, and it actually showed that people drinking just chocolate milk actually made more progress in the gym. They were drinking it, you know, as like a post-workout drink, basically, you know, after the lifting weights. And they said the people that drank just regular chocolate milk actually gained more muscle than people that were drinking, you know, whey protein. And the reason being is because, you know, just regular chocolate milk has, you know, protein, carbs and fats. So it has carbs to replenish the muscles. It's got a bit of fat in there as well, and it's got, you know, the protein that you need. Obviously not in such a high amount, but again, it's exaggerated the amounts of protein you need. It's not, you don't need a gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's a myth. It's not necessary unless perhaps you're a professional bodybuilder. If you're a regular person doing a bit of weightlifting, it's not, you don't need that. So, you know, that option is probably the best option for, you know, building muscle. But it does obviously have more calories, so it's not the best option there if you're trying to lose weight. So, you know, just take that into account there. Now, other supplements, there's loads of other supplements. I don't take any of them. You know, you get things like L-carnitine and all sorts of things. You know, if you search online, the effectiveness of these things is not proven. There's no, you know, in trials and things, there's no obvious effect, no obvious significant benefit that you can say 100% this is having this effect. So I wouldn't waste your money on them. They're very expensive. The only other two things I would recommend that you take is multivitamin or vitamin for the Americans. Take one of those every day. It's good just to get your all of your micronutrients and everything that you need, because obviously when you are on lower calories, there's not as much food you can eat, and it can be a little bit more difficult to get everything your body needs. So just take one of them. They're very cheap. You don't need expensive ones, just a regular one. In the UK at least, they're, you know, like in dollar, it would be like $3 for, you know, 100 or so. So, you know, they're cheap. Another thing that I do recommend that perhaps you haven't thought about taking is fish oil. Now, I've taken fish oil for many years, and honestly, it's the one supplement that has the most effect for me that you can actually feel, you know, in your body and in yourself. You will feel the difference. You'll just feel happier. It's great for the brain. It's great for the brain, fish oil, for brain development, brain health. So, you know, try fish oil and you'll see. For me personally, it just makes me feel happier. You know, it's very good for not feeling depressed and things, which can happen a lot, you know, when you are dieting. So it is a good supplement to take. I'd take it anyway, even if you're not on a diet. It's just a very healthy supplement to take. Now, you do need to be aware of the you know, the levels within the fish oil of DHA and those kind of things. So just check those on the bottle. But I personally use you know, the extra strength ones, which have a lot higher level, a lot more sort of milligrams of DHA. They're the most beneficial. Now, the other fish oil pills, to get the same effect, you'd have to take like 3 or 4 of those, because you don't have the same high levels. So, you know, just consider getting the concentrated one. They're often on sale, so you know, that'll be a good choice to take there. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Give it a like, hope it's helped, and I'll see you in the next one.